So even though we may be in the dead period, that doesn't mean we're devoid of intrigue or excitement. In fact, some teams built up a ton of momentum heading into the dead period for some of the nation's top prospects. And today, we need to talk about the excitement around Norman, Oklahoma and their pursuit of one of the most intriguing high school football players in the class of 2025. A five-star out of Galveston, Texas that truly has next-level ability. Today, we need to talk about Oklahoma chipping away at five-star athlete Jonah Williams and everything in between. But before we can, as always, y'all know the drill. I have got to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Do you believe Brent Venables, Brandon Hall, and company will be able to pull off this massive win? Let me know what you're thinking. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification as I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoyed the content, be sure to like and comment down below. But having said all that, let's jump right into this. And as you've seen over the previous few days, crystal ball predictions have been flying in from all over the place in favor of the Oklahoma Sooners for one of the nation's most intriguing athletes. Five-star safety slash linebacker Jonah Williams out of Ball High School in Galveston, Texas. And he stands 6'3", 203 pounds. And if we look at the 24/7 Sports composite, he comes in as the number 14 overall player, the number 2 linebacker, and the number 3 player in the state of Texas. Now, the reason why you hear me refer to him as an athlete is because that's what he refers to himself as on Twitter. Whenever you look at 24/7 Sports at any of these recruiting services, they have him listed as a safety, but when you look at his actual position grouping, they have him listed as a linebacker. And when you turn on the film, there's a lot to love, especially if you're thinking about this as an Oklahoma Sooner fan. You have that position, the cheetah, where Jonah Williams would fit in perfectly. Because usually when you have someone 6'3", 203 pounds, you'd instantly be expecting, oh, you're going to be a super athletic linebacker. But when you turn on the film of Jonah Williams, this guy has got different level ability. I mean, he is flying by the opposing team. It's one of those instances that it looks like he's sped up and everybody else is in slow-mo whenever you watch him on the football field. He has great instincts. He has got great coverage ability. He is tenacious at the point of attack. He is a flat-out football player. And on top of that, he is a phenomenal baseball player as well. He truly is an intriguing athlete. There's a reason why I kept saying he's one of the most interesting athletes in the class of 2025. He has next level ability. And if you're Oklahoma, you've been able to chip away. You've been able to put yourself in a fantastic position to be able to land one of the best players in the class of 2025. Remember, if we look at the 24/7 Sports composite, he comes in as a top 15 player overall. And if you're Brent Venables, if you're Brandon Hall, you're the Oklahoma Sooners, I think there's a few different pitches you could take. You could tell Jonah Williams, hey, if you were to come here and want to play linebacker, you're going to be worked with by Brent Venables. And we know what he has done in the past in terms of being a defensive coordinator, in terms of being a linebackers coach, easily one of the best in the nation. However, we also have the pitch of being able to utilize you at cheetah, where you can maximize some of the coverage abilities you have. We can maximize your athleticism in our defense, and you can kind of have the best of both worlds. I think it makes it to where Oklahoma will be able to position themselves in an intriguing place whenever he's deciding where he wants to go. But that gets us to the question, how long will this battle carry on for? And that's anybody's guess. Listen, whenever you have these guys that are this highly gifted, this highly ranked, they typically want to take their visits. However, it is interesting to note how many crystal ball predictions are being inserted in Oklahoma's favor. This is a guy that's visited the Sooners multiple times, seems to be enjoying it more and more every time he goes. And whenever you have crystal ball predictions being inserted from Texas A&M writers, from Texas writers, from Oklahoma guys, and then from national guys, I feel like that pretty much well tells the story, that it's undeniable what Oklahoma has been able to do, chipping away at one of the best prospects in the entirety of the class of 2025. And if they were able to get an early commitment from Jonah Williams, I think it's safe to assume that he is a type of prospect that could be a domino effect or a snowball effect prospect. What I mean when I say that, he commits and suddenly there's an influx of guys wanting to join your class. Why? He's a special player, and guys want to play with other talented players. So, interested in hearing from all of you. We just talked about how Oklahoma got a big-time win along the offensive line, something that they look to continue strengthening. They did great work in last year's recruiting class, great work in the transfer portal, and I have no doubt they will continue to do so, but there's no questioning that if they were able to get the win for Jonah Williams, that would truly be massive for the Sooners, and I can't wait to hear from all of you. Hop down to the comments, let me know what you're thinking. That's it. See you.